learner autonomy. Here we see the learner autonomy. Learner autonomy allows learner to work on different tasks at different times, and they have the choice to both input and output of language information. And we will see how being aware of one's own learning style and provide good learning strategies can help learners in acquiring a foreign language efficiently. So learner autonomy is a process of learning language. Okay. Here, learner autonomy. This is the definition of learner autonomy. So learner autonomy can be applied in learning cooking, learning fishing, learning driving, learning skydiving, everything that the learner will learn with. So such kind of learning platform will be applied in case of second language learning. That is learner autonomy in second language acquisition. So learner will get the chance to learn a thing according to their choice, according to their own platform, according to their own way, according to their own style. That is the learner autonomy. Okay, so if you say that what is the definition of learner autonomy? Learner autonomy is the ability of the learner to take responsibility for his or her own learning and to plan, organize, and monitor the learning process independently of the teacher. So in the traditional classroom, teacher will be delivering lectures and the learner will be listening to the lectures and gather knowledge. But in case of learner autonomy, learner will be autonomous, learner will be independent, learner will take the responsibility of their own to learn a certain thing. It may be driving, it may be cooking, it may be language learning. Okay, so that is learner autonomy. And here, this phrase learner autonomy first coined by in 1980 by the educational Henry Holleck. eh? He who defined as, that means Henry Holleck defined learner autonomy in such a way, the learner's ability to take charge of his or her own learning platform. Initially championed for the foreign language study, it has since spread to many strata of education, and it is natural fit for e-learning. Okay, so that is the uh, non-autonomy. It has some background. Henry Holleck has been working in the field of language learning autonomy since in the end of the 1960 decades, a member of the group of researchers working under the leadership of Y.V.S. Chalon, the founder of this is one center. Okay. So he joined the stuff. So this is his biography, what he did, and essentially his definition here can be suggested. That is, Henry Holleck said that learner's autonomy is the learner's learner's ability to take charge of his own learning platform. That is Henry Holleck. So what is learner autonomy? Having choices allows even young children to learn ways to take control or ownership over his own learning. That is in turn helps the student to develop a sense of responsibility and self-motivation. Okay, so at present, I say that means yes, if you are agreed, if you desire to learn a thing, ample of platforms are there. Once upon a time, এক সময় যেটা ছিল যে আমরা একটা বই ইন্ট্রোডাকশন টু লিঙ্গুইস্টিক, এই বইটা আমি ঢাকার বাইরে থাকতাম, বইটা কিভাবে কিনবো, সেখানে গুগল নাই, সেখানে এই যে রিডিং সোর্স গুলো পিডিএফ বই পাওয়া যায় না, কোনো কিছুই পাওয়া যায় না। তখন আমরা কি করতাম, দুটো পদ্ধতি ফলো করতাম। লাইব্রেরি থেকে, যে ইউনিভার্সিটির লাইব্রেরিতে বইগুলো কিন্তু ফটোকপি করা যায় না, এজন্য বাইরে নিয়ে আসা যায় না। আবার বাইরে আনা যায়, কিছু কিছু লাইব্রেরিতে সিস্টেম আছে যে আপনি লাইব্রেরির বইগুলো লাইব্রেরিয়ানের অনুমতি নিয়ে ওখানে ফটোকপি মেশিনে ফটোকপি করতে পারেন, এরকম সিস্টেম আছে। এবং সেই জায়গা থেকে আমরা করতাম কি, এই লাইব্রেরির বইগুলো কালেক্ট করে সেখান থেকে ফটোকপি চার্জ দিয়ে ওখান থেকে ফটোকপি করে নিতাম। ও এইদার লাইব্রেরির দুটো সেকশন থাকে, কোনো কোনো লাইব্রেরিতে দেয়ার উইল হ্যাভ সাম দ্য কমন রিডিং রুম and there will be the reference room. You can also borrow the books from the reference room and you can pass it outside and get the photocopy of the book. Okay, so this is the way we had been collecting materials. And one of my friend at that time was coming to Dhaka. I said to him, I gave him some money that yes, please purchase this book for me. That was the way, that was the condition 20 years back in case of Bangladesh. But here, nowadays, ample of platforms are there. If you put the single command over there, that is the learner autonomy in the YouTube, in the Google, you will get tens of millions information regarding the learner autonomy. So this learner autonomy allows the learners to understand. And for this reason, if I say that if anybody wishes to learn a thing, he or she can do the thing what he can he desires or she desires to do things. So that is the concept of learner autonomy. The learner will be taking responsibility of this of his learning platform. So in this regard, we can understand a thing that is what is learner autonomy. Uh, he classified the learner autonomy onto two levels: proactive autonomy and reactive autonomy. Proactive autonomy, okay. There are two kinds of learner. They are proactive initially, okay, before getting the information from the teachers or the instructor. The learner will go that yes, I will learn a thing, I will gather materials. So I have heard teachers lectures. Apart from the lectures, I have downloaded several research article. I will generate my idea reading that article. I will be talking to my friends. I will be chatting with someone else regarding the topic. So that kind of learners are called proactive. But another kind of learner, they will say, yes, what I am teaching you, apart from my teaching platform, you can learn a thing by yourself. In which way? In which way? That means you can collect books from library, you can borrow books. Yeah, you can borrow books, you can download article. So after getting the information from the teachers, the concerned students or the learner can act according to the teacher's advice. That kind of learners are called reactive autonomy. So the two types of autonomous students will be helpful in case of learning a thing. Proactive autonomy or proactive autonomous learner will be able to plan. No. Learners are able to plan, monitor, access their learning in this way. Learners establish their own agenda of learning and their own learning direction. Okay, that is the proactive. And the reactive learner, they will be doing the things in such a way. So whatever may be, it may be the proactive or reactive. On the other hand, reactive autonomy does not create his own direction, rather, but once a direction has been initiated, it enables the learners to organize their resources autonomously in order to reach their goal. That is the reactive autonomy. So learner autonomy, either it may be proactive, either it may be reactive learner, but there will have some path. Set a learning path. Self-assess progress. Okay. So learning path, that means you have to design a plan. That means I want to improve my speaking. So you have to get it in a certain timeline. Okay, within 1 month, I will improve my speaking. Within 1 month, I will be improving my writing platform and others. Okay, that is. And after that, after the 1 month, you have to assess your own writing journey, your own learning journey, what you have learned and what is your progress. Give learners options. Learners generated content. Take responsibility of learning. That is the one thing, is that take responsibility of the learning. When there will be a responsibility, then you will do it in such a way. So in case of traditional teaching and learning platform, there are the mid-semester examination will be held in a certain day. Final examination will be held in a certain day. So there is a timeline and the responsibility. The institution will put you responsible. But in case of learner autonomy, you yourself will be responsible in your own way. That is the take his or her own responsibility. Strategies for independent learning. When he will be reading and how you will be reading, where you will be reading, that will be the strategies set by the learner. Okay. So learner autonomy will, and get learner to take risk. Okay. Get learner to take a risk. So here uh, the learner will have to take the responsibility and also the risk as well. So whether he has or she has done that thing or exactly or not. Okay, that is the risk. Okay, and also the challenge as well, that whether he or she can learn the thing he or she wishes to do that. Okay, and a capacity to take charge or take responsibility of one's own learning. We have talked about this. Okay. The concept of teachers' autonomy refers to the professional development, independence of the teachers' school, especially the grade to which they can make autonomous decision about and they teach the students and how they teach it. Okay. So there will be some other aspects of autonomous learners. What would be the learner's role in case of learner's autonomy? The characteristics of the autonomous learner are methodical. They should be methodical in a way. Okay, so if you want to consult some sources, you have to put a way how you can and in which way you will be searching. So you have to fix a method. So the autonomous learner should be methodical, should be disciplined in which way you will be understanding, should be logical, should be analytical, should be reflective. Reflective, that means the self-assessment. So what you have learned and what you have learned earlier, you have to assess yourself. That is called reflective, self-reflective and self-aware as well. Motivated, curious, flexible, okay, interdependent, interpersonally competent, responsible, persistent. Okay, persistence is another ability. Okay, so কোন একটা জিনিস শুরু করলেন, কিছুক্ষণ পরে ছেড়ে দিলেন যে না এটা আমার দ্বারা হবে না। That is not the habit of persistence. Rather, you have to try, you have to do it again and again to be persistent in your learning platform. Okay, so that is the learner's duty of in case of learner's autonomy. Okay, there are three major types of autonomous learner. Okay, that is the general learning or study skills such as reading, making, researching, making choices and decision learning. These are the some others. In case of the teacher's role of learner's autonomy, how will be the learner? So this is the challenge. That means the teacher will be passive, and some say that teacher will have no role in case of learner autonomy because learners are active. So here teacher will have some role. Okay. So which roles of the teachers do? According to Boller in 1979, he said that uh, the teacher's role in promoting autonomous language learning are facilitator, counselor, or a research. Okay. Autonomous learner will go to the teacher and seek advice. So how I may get articles on this topic, how I may get books on my topic, how I may assess my writing or reading journey or platform. So teacher will be giving helps, giving advice to the learners. In this case, teacher will be the facilitator, conductor, and counselor, and also the resource person in case of learner autonomy. Okay, so these are the teacher's role. Okay, and there are advantages of learner autonomy. Okay, in case of traditional classroom, you have to attend class in a fixed time. You have to attend examination in a fixed time. But in case of learner autonomy, that is flexible. That it's upon you that when you will be learning that things. Okay, so that is that is learners are independent. That is the main advantage of the learners. And there are some disadvantages of as well. There is a long lead time to prepare materials. Okay, naturally, whenever a student will try to understand a thing in their own way, they can gather materials in their own way, but it will take time. It may take longer time. Learner motivation can be hard to maintain. Okay, sometimes you think that, yes, I can do it. You have started doing that, but after 1 day or 3 days, you become less motivated. So motivation comes naturally, but the autonomous learner should sustain that motivation. Okay. So should maintain that motivation until the completion of the task, what you are intended to do. So in this regard, motivation will be there, but you have to sustain the motivation and you have to uh, uh, maintain the motivation until the completion of the task. So task completion is another challenge of learner autonomy. When it will be every man's duty, it will be nobody's duty. There is a problem. Okay. For this reason, if I say that yes, you learn this, so you said that yes, I will learn it in such a way. But after a time, you may forget that you are supposed to do something. So the text completion is another challenge of learner autonomy. And the trainer's role need to be changed. That means trainers will have to be disciplined. And teachers' autonomy means freedom of study and learners to teach. Okay, so these are the autonomous learning and teaching that so, and what would be the responsibility of the teachers? Teacher will encourage um, creativity. Institution will encourage creativity. Okay. Um, and also the institution, that means the university should promote autonomous learning by maintaining a curriculum that can help the student, that can help the students. They can maintain, they can maintain the curriculum that can help the autonomous learners and so on. So uh, we can we can say that learner autonomy is a process of learning where learner will take their own responsibility and they will learn a special thing or a certain things with their own way. Okay, their learner should be motivated, learner should be courageous, learner should be courageous, and learner should reflect their his, his learners should take the responsibility of his own. Learners should not take the things in their own way, and they will reflect their own learning. Still, it has some challenge. That means text completion and sustain the motivation. The student should sustain the motivation and sustaining or maintaining the motivation. If the learner can learn a thing within a fixed time, that learner autonomy can help any kind of learning uh, for the uh, uh, for the learners. Okay, so that is learner autonomy. So if you have any questions.